come back to this pond. It's a pond that we regularly maintain weekly, and every time we come to clean the filter, the days after, the water looks even worse. Now I've got a hunch on why it's doing this, and you can see it's green and a bit murky. But I know it's not the filters, because nothing's changed from last year. Same food, same fish, same filters. We changed the bulbs about a month ago, so we thought it'd get better, and it only got worse. But like I say, I've got a hunch why it's doing this. Let's have a look. I've got a feeling that the problem with this pond is the tap water. So what we're going to do is test the pond water for phosphates and also test the tap water. So it's the API phosphate test kit, 2 bottles, colour chart and a vial. So this is where the tap water comes in. So normally it goes through the purifiers, loops back round, and we put it back into the skimmer. These purifiers are just your sediment, your charcoal, heavy metals, so they don't actually remove phosphates. So what we'll do is we'll test it pre going through the filter. Five mil in there. That's right. So, bottle 1. So you do 6 drops of this. So that's 6 drops of bottle 1. Then you put the lid back on, shake for a few seconds. And bottle 2, 6 drops of this. Now already it's going blue, which is not good. So phosphate should be 0 in tap water. Now you're meant to leave it 3 minutes, I think the instructions say. Let me double check that. But as you can see already, it's up to 5 on the phosphate colour card, and the colour's not even started developing yet. So yeah, 3 minutes for the colour to develop. So I'm not gonna stare at this for 3 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll show you what we feel is the solution for this. So you can buy the duckweed control liquids that you can buy off the shelf, NT Labs and such like. They actually bind the phosphates, so you can go down that route and do it that way, and so it binds them together, and then your filter takes out. Also, what we've done, so this went in yesterday, so the pond is actually less green than it was yesterday. So there's this phosphate block. You put it in where the water's moving, so we've got an air stone underneath there. It looks like one of those toilet blocks that you find in public toilets. It's very slimy. And what this does is it dissolves. It's meant to treat over about up to 120,000 gallons. So I think this does the same thing again. It binds the phosphates together and the filter takes it out. Yeah, so let's see what else we've got. We've got 2 in here. So yes, what we'll probably do is once it gets on top of the algae and we see that the phosphates are under control, is we'll remove one of these and store it for a later date, probably next year. Now, the reason why I came to the conclusion it's the phosphate is we also look after a pond not too far away, about 2-3 miles away, and I presume it's on the same water source. So both of them were struggling with green water. And you see there's plenty of green in these filters, but it's not much fish waste in these. So yeah, I put 2 and 2 together. Realised that, you know, one pond we changed the UV bulbs. The other pond we put 2 of the titanium TMC 110 watts, thinking, oh, we'll just upgrade the UVs and that sort of problem. And then it twigged when both of them were struggling. I thought, well, it can only be phosphates. So yeah, so here's the tap water. We're up to, we've done 2 minutes, 3 minutes now. Yeah, and it's somewhere between 5 and 10 on the. But that's just the tap water. That's ridiculous. Now, I did test it last week, so I've cheated a bit, so I knew it was bad. But last week the tap water was over 10, so hence why we were having such bad problems every time we clean the filters, thinking we're doing a good thing, but we're actually adding loads of phosphate. So what we'll do now is, we can tell that that's ridiculous. Let's see if these phosphate blocks have reduced the phosphate in the pond water. So we'll pour that away, give it a rinse. Let's fill up with pond water. There we go, we've got 5 ml in there. Let's get the first bottle again, 6 drops. Then you've got to put the lid on, give it a 5-second shake. Second bottle, 6 drops again. It's quite thick, this one, so you have to give it a good squeeze. There we go. Straight away it's turning blue, so we know it's still high. I mean, we want to be green on the colour chart. So there's. I don't think it shows up brilliant on a camera, but you leave it 3 minutes for the colour to develop. But it's already blue, so this is going to be very similar to tap water. It's going to be around between 5 and 10. These blocks only went in yesterday, so I'd hope within a week that we're down to a green level. We want to be between 0 and 1. Just dropped it in. Yes, we want to be between 0 and 1. I know my fish house back home, the big fish house where we sell the fish from, there's a lot of fish in there, and we put about a kilo of food in a day. I'm between 0.5 and 1 in there, even with that amount of fish and that amount of food. So yeah, we need to be down at that level. At which point, down at that level, the algae on the side of the ponds will control that. But yeah, let's have a look. It's got 2 blocks in here. They're quite a big block, like a 10 centimetre square by 15 centimetre long. But at least we can clean the filters now. We can top up with tap water, and then, even though the phosphate's high in tap water, these will still be dissolving and binding that phosphate together to be removed. Right, well, there you have it, a phosphate test kit. So if you're having problems with green water, you've changed UV bulb, something doesn't seem right, you just can't seem to get that green water to clear, it's worth investing in a phosphate test kit. I think you buy these from online for your local aquatics outlet, and it's worth just testing out and see how high your phosphate actually is, whether that's through you're overfeeding or uneaten food, or it's just in your tap water. It's worth testing your tap water. Right, thanks for watching.